Hey everybody, Steve back with another video for you. Tonight I wanted to do something a little bit different. I haven't really done a full-on haul, physical media haul video, and was at the had gone to the beach last week, and when I got back, I had several boxes of movies waiting for me when I got back. So I kind of want to do a quick unboxing with those, but I've also had probably the biggest or the most movie month that I've had in a while, July. I've picked up several movies this month, and figured I would just jump on real quick and do just a really quick rundown of what I picked up. I took advantage for the first time of Barnes & Noble's 50% off Criterion sale, and picked up my first two Criterion 4Ks. Anytime I hear somebody mention their Criterion sale, usually this is one of, if not their top pick, and that's 1968's Night of the Living Dead. I heard, I haven't actually popped this in yet, it's still sealed, but I've heard this is one of the best 4Ks that you can get. So when I was at the sale, I was at the new Barnes & Noble in Knightdale at the beginning of the month, July 4th actually, and I was talking to another guy shopping the sale, and he's like, yeah, go ahead and pick this up. So I grabbed Night of the Living Dead on 4K Criterion, and then I also picked up Lone Star. I don't know a whole lot about this movie. I've seen some clips, and I started to look into it a little bit, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to hold off because I kind of want to go into this blind. So this is a blind buy for me. I know the general premise of the movie. It's got some great folks in it. Again, it's sealed. I actually had the Blu-ray in my hand, but I saw that they had two copies, so I went back and they happened to have the other copy that they had was the 4K, so I went ahead and grabbed that. So definitely looking forward to popping this in and seeing it. Picked up a couple, also when I was at Barnes & Noble, I picked up Longlegs on 4K. This actually had a clearance sticker on it, new sealed, and ended up being like a Walmart clearance sticker on it. They couldn't even find that they had a 4K copy of Longlegs in their system, but they went ahead and gave it to me for the clearance price. So yeah, I haven't seen Longlegs yet either, so that's another blind buy for me. These next couple are ones I've seen. I took advantage of a sale that I saw on Amazon. Grabbed Black Phone and Black Phone 2. Really liked both of these movies. Me and my daughter actually we watched Black Phone, and then we went to the theater and saw Black Phone 2. And actually last week, like I said, I was down at the beach and I took a drive over to Wilmington to see a movie. I went and saw Evil Dead Burn, and actually Black Phone was filmed partially in Wilmington, and I was able to go by the grabber's house and actually saw that. So that was kind of cool. So Black Phone 2, picked those two up. And I also grabbed Smile and Smile 2 on 4K. I was able to grab both of those for a good price. Smile 2 was on sale. Again, just like with Black Phone and Black Phone 2, me and my daughter streamed Smile, and then we were able to go see Smile 2 at the theater. We both really liked those. And the cool thing about Black Phone and Black Phone 2 and Smile 2, and I don't know if you have the same opinion on these as I do, but the part 2 was similar enough to the first part that you could tell you were watching a continuation of the story or the same story in the same universe, but it was different enough that you didn't feel like you were watching the same movie all over again. But I don't know. Let me know down in the comments what you thought if you saw these movies. One of the cool things on the special features on Smile, it comes with the film short Laura Hasn't Slept, which is basically what the people with the money saw and were able to give the writer and directors the money to go ahead and film the feature-length movie. And the last one before we get into the unboxings, picked up this. I had not heard of these before, but it's a Shout Select 4K copy of The Burbs. When I was in Asheville last month, I went by Orbit Video and they actually had these in stock. But I did not want to pay the price that they were asking. Now, there was a bad price. It's just I did not want it that bad, and I was able to pick this up at on a Whatnot auction for a really, really good price. So Tom Hanks, The Burbs. If you haven't seen this one, it's a great movie. Tom Hanks, Corey Feldman, great cast. Carrie Fisher, great cast. And then last week, of course, Obsession came out. I'm actually watching it now. I paused it so I could come do this video. But I had ordered it. And I ordered it on Amazon, the Blu-ray. I figured, I don't need everything in 4K because I'm not trying to get everything in 4K. So I ordered it, and I got a notification that Amazon was kind of kicking it to groove. And I had seen a couple people posting that their pre-orders were being canceled, that copies weren't coming in. So I actually went to Walmart last week, the one closest to me, and they didn't even have it in stock. I went opening day, they didn't have it in stock, and I asked one of the associates, and she's like, well, maybe, when we'll get it on the release date. And I wasn't trying to be rude or anything. I was like, well, ma'am, today's the release date. And she's like, oh, well, I don't know why we don't have it. So the next day I went over to a neighboring Walmart in Leland. I had checked online ahead of time. They said they had it in stock. When I got there, they had the tags on the rack for the Blu-ray, the 4K, and the DVD, but none were on the shelf. So I just happened to check with an associate, and I said, hey, do y'all happen to have these? And he's like, well, it says we do. And a couple minutes later, he came out with a whole box of, I think there were 4 4Ks, 4 Blu-rays, and 3 or 4 DVDs. So I was able to pick up Obsession on 4K Blu-ray. And then that same day, I got a notification from Amazon that my Groove pre-order for Obsession Blu-ray was on the way. So now I have Obsession on Blu-ray. So I'm actually trying to sell this. So if you check out Stephen Hodges' Marketplace, I have this for sale. If anybody's wanting to pick that up, I'm not scalping it. I'm trying to sell it for the price I paid for it. All right, great. So now what I want to get into is a little bit of an unboxing on a couple of Whatnot orders and an eBay purchase that I made. So these all came in while I was at the beach. So this first Whatnot order here is from Kayla. And I've ordered from her a couple times before. I've gotten some magnets and some cool stuff. So this one actually came with this cool Friday the 13th magnet. I don't know if that's a black light magnet there. It looks like it may be, but that's super, super cool. And I have The Monkey on Blu-ray with a slip. It came sealed. I have The Craft on 4K, which, of course, Neve Campbell, Fairuza Balk, Robin Tooney, and is it Rachel True? Great movie. I love The Craft almost as much as I love Scream. Primate. This is just a Blu-ray, no digital or DVD. It's just a Blu-ray. Came with the slip. This looks like it's looks like it may be some type of overseas or import. But I don't know. I'll have to check and see. I'm sure it's she says that all of her purchases, all of her sales play on US players. So I will take her at her word for that. And then next we have a Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray of Mausoleum. This movie is creepy as hell. I think it's from 1980 or 1981. Some great disc art right there. I think this probably does come with some reversible art. I think some of those releases do. I only have a couple of Vinegar Syndrome releases. I have a VSU, and then I have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 release, so I don't have any of their standard releases. And yeah, it does have reversible artwork, and this is the original artwork that I remember seeing on the VHS when I went to the video store back in the day. Is that not cool? Centuries of Evil have just been awakened. So this looks like it probably comes with... Okay, so this comes with a Blu-ray and a DVD. So let me know down in the comments if you've seen Mausoleum. Mausoleum. All right. Moving on to the next package. This is from a new seller, or a new seller to me. Record Daddy, I believe his name is. Record Daddy. Super high energy. You can't help but kind of get into when he's selling. Ironically enough, since I've made this purchase, I've actually picked up 2 more purchases from him. I did win one of his giveaways, and it looks like what that is a Guy Fieri Triple D Road Songs That Rock CD. So we'll check that out. And it looks like the first release I have here is a Vestron Collector Series Waxwork and Waxwork 2 Lost in Time. I actually have these two on a double DVD, or a two-pack DVD set, but I've never seen Waxwork 2. It does star the same main character from part 1, Zach Galligan, the guy from Gremlins, I think his name is. But I absolutely love Waxwork. So we have Waxwork. The next one we have is a Blu-ray Night of the Missing. This is a blind buy for me. I'm not sure about this one. I don't know that much about it, but when she was given the description, he was given the description, it sounded pretty neat. So I'm definitely eager to check that one out. Next, I have another Vestron Collector Series, The Wraith. I also have this on DVD. I remember seeing this back in the day. My brother introduced me to it. Charlie Sheen, Randy Quaid. Great, great movie. I don't really like this artwork. That's kind of interesting. But to each their own. Randy Quaid actually just got announced for Mad Monster Expo next month in Concord. So I'm kind of excited about meeting him. But he plays Sheriff Loomis in this movie. And there's some other faces you recognize. So these are actually my second and third Vestron Collector Series. I also have Extreme Prejudice, which I picked up on eBay a couple months ago. Next from Record Daddy, I have Happy Birthday to Me. And this is like a VHS slipcover. So it looks like you're pulling the VHS out of the VHS thing. And then you got some alternate artwork on the actual Blu-ray. Again, this is another blind buy for me, but I remember that VHS box art back in the day, the shish kebab going in the guy's mouth. Let's see what we got next. So next from Record Daddy, I have Chained, Blu-ray DVD combo pack. That's a blind buy for me. I'm not too familiar with it. I have Monster House, Blu-ray and DVD. Uh-oh. That sounds like it's popped loose there. Let's just take a look at it real quick. I absolutely love Monster House. I actually have it on DVD. But figured I'd take a look at the Blu-ray. Yeah, this is fine. But great movie. wouldn't necessarily say it's a gateway horror, but it's certainly eerie. Good haunted house movie, animated, good show. And it looks like this is going to be the last one. And we got Universal Soldier on 4K with Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren. So super great movie. Classic 90s action. I actually have two copies of this on DVD, like a special edition and then like the standard edition. So interesting. Looking forward to checking that out in 4K. All right, guys, bear with me. I got one more box, and I already know what it is, and it's only going to be one release. And I just want to say that I did have a chance to pick this up in an auction, and she, I think, started it at $69. I put in a max bid, I believe, of $75. By the time it came up for the auction, it was already at $79, and before I could swipe to go in above that at like $83, the auction ended and I lost out. My buddy Jay at South Carolina Horror, he's the one who kind of got me into Whatnot. He sent me an eBay listing. Somebody had this for $65 was the initial bid. I placed the initial bid. I placed a max bid, and I actually won this at my initial bid. Maybe $2 or $3 higher, but with taxes and shipping, it ended up being cheaper than what my max bid on the Whatnot auction was. I absolutely love this movie. This is my first purchase from this company. This was an eBay auction, but it's my first purchase of one of these. And this is the Imprint Films release of Spellbinder. Spellbinder stars Tim Daly and Kelly Preston, Rick Rossovich, MC Gainey. I forget his name right offhand, but Shang Tsung from the 1995 Mortal Kombat. Harry Tagawa, I believe his name is. But this is my first Imprint Films purchase, and I am super excited because I did not want to pay the $100 Amazon was wanting for this release. It is an import, so we have to deal with that. But I am planning to do an unboxing on this and a quick video about the movie specifically. So we'll talk more about that later. But let me know down in the comments, have you seen Spellbinder? It's from 1988. Great movie. We'll talk about Spellbinder again in another video. But if you would, give me a like, share, follow, subscribe, all of that. I'd greatly appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next video. Thanks.